Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. Rules are rules. I said if yesterday's video got 30 comments, I would come back and make a special Saturday edition. I don't know if we want to call it special, but we had 34 comments. Now, Ninmar typed 15 himself, just typed 15 comments. So, I'll applaud a guy who can find a loophole and exploit it. So congrats to Ninmar for coming through for the squad so we can get this video today. Yesterday, we had another positive day. Our half-court heave, our 4-3-2-1 threes play hit at 488. Our Josh Giddey triple-double. What did I say? What did I say, chat? I said he was going to end with 9 assists, and that's what was going to cost us. He ended with 9 assists. Our free throw, Alexander Sarr. I should have gone with the points, rebounds, and assist play and not the double-double. I went with the double-double. He had 24 and 9 rebounds. So we missed a sweep by 1 assist and 1 rebound. We got our under here. However, the plays that I suggested as leans that I didn't actually work into my official plays, they were on fire. Our Jalen Johnson triple-double would have hit. If we would have just done him instead of Giddey, probably would have got better odds. Lean Philly minus 7.5 won. Jalen Brunson had a massive game. Miles McBride's line was plus money at 3. He hit 5 threes. Jamal Murray hit 5 threes. Champagne hit 3 threes. Phoenix covered that 15.5. Utah covered the 1.5. And DeAndre Ayton had 17 and 8. You're wondering what this is. I am too. When I typed in my 9 on Canva, this was a suggested image for the number 9. That's clearly an AI photo of like some blueberry jelly bean pus-filled I don't know what. I just thought it was a fascinating photo, so I included it. I posted this on Reddit, and I had somebody comment, "What's your record?" Which is a fair question. So this is so far, we've made 4 picks, 4 days of this, and you can see our records. We have a positive ROI in every single category. But again, guys, I want to stress that I am not out here to make money. I'm out here to make content that hopefully can be useful to you guys in some way. If the usefulness is only entertainment, then I will accept that. I'm not necessarily sharp. I do my research. I do my studying. I try to find good lines. I try to practice good betting. But at the end of the day, if I lose money, I am okay with it because I am betting units that I can afford. So I'm not here to prove anything. There's too many people in this industry who want to prove to you that they're sharp, that they're winning. I'm not. I've been there. I've done that. I don't want to enjoy it. It's not fun. And I don't think 99% of people should approach sports betting as a way to prove something to the world, which likely doesn't care about them anyway. So that's my little rant. We are positive now, but I don't expect us to be positive long-term in all of these categories. Let's look at today. I'm going to warn you, it's a weird slate. Lots of back-to-backs tonight. We had the holidays, we had cup games, and now we have just kind of this dull Saturday. I'm a little nervous, but we'll talk about it nonetheless. Minnesota is a 7-point favorite. I lean them at 7 points. Boston lives and dies by the 3, and Minnesota's defense excels at defending the 3. If Minnesota can push the pace, run fast, I believe they get the win. I would look at Jaylen Brown unders. He's maybe even going to set this game. He's questionable. So if he plays, I just think he gets defended pretty well by Jaden McDaniels. And if he can't produce for this team, I don't see this team producing much. So I like Minnesota minus 7. I like Brown to have a tough game. And I like Dante DiVincenzo to hit some threes today. Charlotte and Toronto. We got Toronto, one of the better teams in the NBA in terms of balance, in terms of working the ball, inside, outside, fast pace. So they're facing the Hornets, who got a win last night. We talked about the Hornets and the Bulls game. Fast, who's going to control the pace, who's going to come out on top. We'll talk about the Bulls in a second. But Charlotte's making do with what they have. A lot of young players, a lot of young talent. So I think this is obviously one of their tougher games in a while. I would lean Toronto minus 9. And I think Emmanuel quickly has a massive game tonight. Points, rebounds, assists. If you want to take that, if you want to take his threes, I am settling on his threes. That's kind of where I finally set my head down on the table and demanded value. I don't know what you want to call it. I like quickly threes, but if you want to take his points, rebounds, or assists, you go right ahead. Bulls and Pacers is maybe one of my favorite spots tonight in terms of just pure fun. Like I said, I think Chicago is fake good. You look at their offense and you look at the pace they play at, you think, wow, this team is awesome. They can't stop anybody. And if you go cold offensively, if you cannot score, even though they have historically, but if they have a rough night, it's over. And that's kind of what we saw last night. I talked about the pace in that game. Chicago, they played at a fast pace. Charlotte and Chicago did. And that should favor Chicago, but Chicago couldn't get it done. Probably because, Josh Giddey had 9 assists. Cost us. It's probably karma. It's karma. It's Giddey karma. I like the Pacers here, really. And somehow I think 241 seems too low. I think Benedict Mathurin has a massive game tonight. I think Jarris Walker, if you can get his line, I looked, couldn't get any. I was trying to work that into a play. He didn't have any lines listed. I think his threes is a good spot. And then Andrew Nembhard, who had last night off, he had Friday off against the Wizards. I think will play tonight in a game that matters a little more as the Pacers try to get some momentum and turn a horrible record into something reasonable as they get healthier and healthier. I like Nembhard's assist tonight. Miami and Detroit is very similar to the game we saw yesterday, Detroit and Orlando. Both of these teams very balanced. They play, quick enough. Defensively, they're solid. And I just kind of get this weird feeling here. Good in paint, few threes. Detroit in the paint should be the difference in this one. I do think this total's high again. I know I've been on some unders here recently. I'm on the under here again. Miami did not play yesterday, but Detroit did. I think this game, even though that pace, right, that's what scares me. The pace of these teams is aggressive. But I don't know. I lean the under. If this was like in the 220s, I wouldn't be saying anything. 238 is a very, very high number for two teams who can defend well and don't shoot a lot of threes. So that's my lean there. No player props for you. Didn't love anything from a matchup perspective. Milwaukee and Brooklyn, both of these teams play very slow, but they don't play a ton of defense. Couple of key injuries here. I think Michael Porter should come back, but that's a question mark. I don't know. I can see Giannis sitting out on a back-to-back. I can feel my phone beeping in my pocket. It's probably an injury alert that Giannis is going to sit tonight. I expect a ton of threes. I expect lazy defense. I expect just you're either going to get swishes or bricks. You're going to get three-pointers made. You're going to get rebounds. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm leaning the over. I'm leaning Gary Trent threes. I'm leaning Noah Clowney threes. You do with that what you will. Golden State, New Orleans, obviously no Curry. Changes this game a little bit. I like Brandon Podedimski assists and Draymond Green assists tonight. I don't have anything else. I want to see how this offense looks without Curry. Pelicans, they don't move me any which way. Last two games of the night, Phoenix and Denver. This one's perplexing. Both of these teams are on a back-to-back. They played yesterday. They both lost. They both lost close games. They both lost close games against tough defenses, and they both lost again on the road. So both of them have to come off a loss, hard-fought loss, late game, intense loss, travel to somewhere else. I would rather stay off when there's uncertainty like that, right? And then people are going to say, well, things are built in. This is factored in. You da-da-da. I don't care. Like, fine, sure, okay. These are humans. And I think sometimes the talking heads of the sports betting world want to do a lot of this about, math and data and numbers. And like, yeah, of course, that's super valuable and it matters. And we cannot be successful without those things. But at the end of the day, these are people. And when I'm looking at two teams who lost intense games on the road, have to travel, holiday week, and I'd rather just not get involved. You don't lose by not playing, right? But I like Dylan Brooks threes. Last game of the night, Dallas and Los Angeles, similar situation. Tough games last night, but less traveling just based on geographically where they are. Dallas is also pretty young. I don't know if Anthony Davis will play too much tonight with him coming back from injury, but I think Dallas is young enough and motivated enough that they can sneak this one out. I like Dallas +7. And if you want to get crazy, like if you want a long shot tonight, it's not an official play. I don't even hate Dallas money line. I like Cooper Flag over. I like Max Christie overs. I like Ryan Nembhard assists. That currently is not available. But I think Dallas has a good game here, and I think they're able to come away with possibly a victory. Let's look at some official plays. Our layup line play, while we're on the topic, Dallas +7.5. Like I said, if I'm tempted at the money line, I'll take 7 points if you're willing to give them to me. We'll see what happens. Our free throw play, Noah Clowney, 4 threes at +164. The volume is there. Go look at his game logs. His role is to stand and shoot. And I hope that against this Milwaukee team that does not defend the three and that shoots a lot on their own, this game turns into just a shooting contest. Our three-pointer, this is using a boost on DraftKings, so I want to let you know that. This +600 is from a boost. I'm going Pacers money line, Benedict Mathurin at 24 with 2 threes, and Josh Giddey 8 rebounds. Please, Josh Giddey. If he fails me again, if we hit everything but that Giddey rebounds and he gets like 7, boy howdy. And you know I'm going to be fired up. You already know I'm going to be fired up. Half court heave. This one is on FanDuel using a boost. I'm going quickly 3 threes and 6 assists. And Gary Trent 3 threes. That pays out almost 10 to 1, 9.5 to 1. So that's what I got for you. If you want to follow me on Pickett, Pickett just introduced this new thing that, again, is completely free. I know you guys don't like the ad reads, but I love Pickett. It doesn't cost you anything, and it tracks your bets. But they introduced something called a squad ride. It's very similar to what FanDuel was trying to do with Pass the Leg, but it's so much better. I may do a standalone video about that if you guys are interested, because I think it's a cool thing that we can use on this channel. You guys can use in your gambling group chats or whatever. That just kind of brings some camaraderie. So appreciate you guys very much. I know that this video has been a work in progress, and I appreciate with you guys being patient. And I hope we're clicking on all cylinders by Christmas, and then by February, we're just licking our chops. We're just dominating the books for fun, though, because we're just having fun. Love you. See you Monday. No video tomorrow. See you Monday. Watch my NFL video.